Hey fam, welcome back to Tari's Lifestyle and Vlog, and thank you so much for stopping by. So in today's video, we'll be talking about the new UK visa and immigration changes starting from January 2026. Okay, so you heard me right. There's some changes that have been announced and a date has been given for when they will come into effect, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. But before I go on, my name is Tari, and on this channel we'll talk about UK visas and immigration. We'll talk about life in the UK, how to travel safely and successfully, and how to navigate through life as an immigrant living in the UK. If this sounds like something you're interested in, then please subscribe, turn on your bell icon so you don't miss out on any of my videos going forward. To my returning subscribers, thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. I appreciate every single one of you. Okay, so like I said before, we're talking about the new visa changes, UK visa changes coming into effect from January 2026. Okay, so for those of you that have been following me and those of you that have been following the news, you know that there's been a lot of talk about immigration, UK immigration, immigrants coming to the UK, settlement, and all of that. Okay, I would also know that there was a white paper that was released in May 2025. Okay, and this white paper actually aligned a number of changes that the UK want to propose, that they want to implement. Okay, and they talked about the changes, but they didn't give us a date of when these changes are going to be coming into effect. Some of them have already come into effect. Okay, so one of them is the UK care worker visa. They said they wanted to stop the UK care worker visa, and that's actually stopped in July of this year. Okay, they wanted to stop recruiting migrants from abroad for UK care worker visa. That stopped in July 2025. The proposal that was on the white paper was the increment of the settlement period required for settlement from 5 years to 10 years for anyone under the skilled worker visa and some other visa categories. And the date for that has not been set. Okay, and there's still a lot of ambiguity about this change. There's no clarity yet of that. Okay, there are a number of other changes which and I made a video on the UK immigration white paper, which I'll link up here for you so you can have a look. I've done other videos as well about the changes that have been proposed. Okay, so one of the other changes that was announced in the UK white paper, which a date has actually been announced for, is the increment of the English language requirement for anyone coming to the UK on a skilled worker visa. So they said anyone coming to the UK on a skilled worker visa will need to do a higher English language test. Okay, so you need to be tested in a higher capacity if you're coming to the UK. So at the moment, anyone coming to the UK will need to carry out what we call a B test, a B1 test, and now they're saying that it needs to be a B2. I have the article in front of me, and I'm going to read what it says for you. Okay, so it's on the BBC website, BBC News, and the date for this is the 14th of October 2025. Okay, so it just says some migrants coming to the UK will need to speak English to an A level standard under tougher new rules set to be introduced. Okay, so the changes which will come into force from 8th of January 2026. So the requirements for people to do a higher English language test will actually come into effect from the 26th. From the 8th of January 2026. Okay, will affect some graduates and those applying for skilled worker visa or scaled up visa. So scale up visa, which are for people employed by fast growing businesses. So the scale up visa is for people employed by fast growing businesses, and of course the skilled worker visa as well. The new rules form part of a wider plans to cut levels of immigration to the UK outlined in the white paper, which is what I've just mentioned. So this was one of the proposal, and a number of other proposals as well. So the Home Secretary, which is Shabana Mahmood, said if you come to the country, you must learn our language and play your part. So they expect that anyone coming to the UK must be able to learn English language, because we know that the UK speaks English. They speak English in the UK, and also play your part. Okay, so that's what she has said. There's a number of other things that she said that is unacceptable for anyone to come to the UK and not be able to speak English and all of that. And there are some people that have actually said, why are you assuming that people that come on a skilled worker visa cannot speak English and all of that? So there's been some some people commenting on what she said. There will always be people that will argue for and against. Okay, some people will argue and say, okay, it's the best thing to do for people to speak higher levels of English if they want to come to the UK. And some people will say, you know what, why are you raising this standard to a higher level where people that are already in the UK, people that have been coming in the past, are able to speak English? How are we going to balance between speaking English and people that can actually do their job? Okay, so there's a lot of things on this article. So the article goes on to say, other measures in a white paper which was introduced obviously in May 2025 include cutting down the same time period for international students to stay in the UK to find a graduate job after their course ends from 2 years to 18 months. So at the moment, anyone that has finished their course in the UK has a 2-year period where they get something called a post-study work visa, a graduate visa, and within that 2 years they need to be able to find a job for themselves. So they have 2 years after their graduation to find a job for themselves, so they get a post-study work visa. But this period is being cut down now from 2 years to 18 months, which is about 1 year and 6 months. Okay, so it's being cut down. So anyone that's finished their course in the UK only has 18 months to find themselves a job before if they don't get a job, then they can go back to their country or maybe move on to another visa category. Okay, so that's one of the proposals. Students will also have to, and that's coming into effect from January 2027. Okay, so that's not coming into effect just now. So there's still about 1 year. This is 2025. It's not coming into effect in 2026. It's coming into effect in 2027. I want to say that students will also have to meet higher financial requirements. Okay, so it's been raised to £1,171 per month outside London from £1,136 for up to 9 months. So anyone applying for a UK visa, we need to have outside of London. So inside London it's a bit higher. Okay, we need to have £1,171 for 9 months, up to 9 months. Okay, so that's one of the changes. Another changes is to the global talent visa for high achievers in technology, arts and academia field has also been expanded to include winners of more prestigious prizes. So changes to the global talent visa. Further plans to the white paper include immigration skills charge, so which is the money that employers need to pay if they want to bring someone to the UK. So for sponsoring foreign workers of specific visa has been increased from £480 per year for small organizations or charities and £1,320 for medium and large organizations. Okay, it was raised from £364. So from £364 for small organizations to £480, and for large organizations it was raised from £1,000 to £1,320. So anyone that's wanting to sponsor someone, that's how much you will need to pay for that individual, for their sponsorship. So there's another visa category which is called high potential individual visa. The number of migrants on the visa is expected to be double from 2,000 to 4,000, but there will be a cap of 8,000 applications each year. Okay, so a number of different changes, but I think the one that I wanted to talk about is the English language requirement, which is for anyone on the skilled worker visa, higher potential visa, that is going to be increased that's going up from B1 to B2, and this must be taken in an approved UKVI center. Okay, remember, it's not going to be a general test. It's not going to be an academic test. It's a UKVI test in an approved center, and there are a number of centers that are approved for UKVI for IELTS tests, and I've done videos which I'll link up here for you. So that requirement is going up from B1 to B2. Anyone that's already in the UK on a skilled worker visa will do the same, will still have to maintain the B1. Okay, so this doesn't affect them. Okay, and the second one is the reduction of the time required for someone to wait to get a job after their post-study visa and to 18 months. So post-study visa has been reduced from 2 years to 18 months. Okay, and the one for families, so the English language requirement for families has been proposed, but the date has not been announced yet. There's going to be a date later on in the future, and some other changes that have been announced has not been implemented yet. We haven't got an implementation date for them yet, and as soon as I have those dates again, I will come back here to give them to you. I hope this video has been helpful to someone. If it has helped you, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends and family, and of course subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next video.